This is Officer Bradley with Dallas Police Department. You requested a welfare check
Yes.
of your daughter?
Yes.
Okay, I did the welfare check and I saw her and I saw all the living conditions, and she seems to be in safe and good hands as we speak.
Well, you guys have been committing crimes for a long time. If she had bruises September 24, 2011, and then there were reports of child abuse in February, and she went up to the court and made false statements, why would you guys consistently keep covering for that? Why did they call me and tell me she was missing? Can you go figure that out?
Who called you and said she was missing?
The stepmom. What did you think you were going to do a welfare check on?
The daughter, and she was there.
Okay, why did they call me and tell me she was missing? And then avoided me all day. And the police department.
Okay, you went to the other police station, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And all they told us was that we needed to do a welfare check to make sure she is safe.
Okay, well, I need to know, you're Officer Bradley? I want to do an investigation on why I reported child abuse September 24, 2011, and then child abuse February of 2018. And then you said that she's safe if there's a history of child abuse, and then someone hit her April 19th of 2022. Why are the police denying investigation for child abuse?
Okay,
and CPS.
That would be with the child abuse unit, okay? And I can give you their number if you want.
What's that number?
Give me 1 second. All right, you ready?
Yes.
214.
Okay.
670 4915.
Okay, so my question is, why would police commit these crimes? And how do I combat corruption from the police department that enforces child abuse and covers up for criminal activity? I do appreciate you calling me back to let me know that she's safe, but, you know, I've been through a lot of distress today from these games. We still don't know if she ever was missing. So we need to get to the bottom of why they would call me and tell me she's missing, so can you go back?
I can go back, but if they don't answer the door again, then I can't really talk to them. I can't kick the door in.
Well, I don't know why so many people want to cover for crimes. You haven't got there to know if they don't answer the door. Are you giving me a foreshadowing that they won't answer the door to cover for the crime?
Letting you know. If you have an issue with the police department, you got to go through internal affairs and start an investigation with them.
I'm asking you to go back and see why she didn't call me and why she called and told me that she was missing.
Okay, I will go back.
Okay, thank you. Hello?
Miss Clark.
Yes.
Officer Hayden.
Okay.
We've checked on your daughter and she's doing well. No issues. We spoke to your ex-husband. And he said she likes to check on her daughter a lot. So.
Yeah. Did you find out why they told me that she was missing?
All I was told, you said a health and welfare check to see if she was at home with the husband, and that's all we completed at this time.
Well, I don't want the police covering for abuse that she experienced. If she was missing there, that's emotionally abusive to have a child cover for your crimes and then scheme to cause emotional distress on someone that you love. That's abusive. So I want to know why she called me today at 1 something telling me that she was missing. And then it's 11 o'clock something at night and she hasn't called me back. To force a child to conspire with these schemes for a parent that she loves and misses dearly, knowing that you have a stepmother and father that are scheming to keep you away from your mother out of corruption, lies, and slander, and you've actually had bruises and the police and multiple parties cover for it, can we get down to the bottom of why she called me and said that my daughter was missing at 1:30 something?
Oh. Okay. Yeah, I don't have any answers. So my apologies, Ms. Clark.
Well, can you go see? Because that's vital evidence that I'm trying to establish a pattern that's emotionally abusive. And it's very difficult because the police keep intervening and sabotaging evidence. Like when I begged them to call and check and see why the stepmother was said that she was giving her up to CPS. So this could be evidence of emotional abuse, but the police keep getting in the way of the
Okay.
reports,
Well, let me
which is
ask
a
you something.
felony.
Let me ask you a fair question. So you said you spoke to your daughter at one something, yes?
No, I don't. As I've stated to multiple parties, the police keep misunderstanding me and what I'm communicating. I
I thought
spoke
you
with
said you last
stepmom.
spoke to
I
her about
spoke
one
with
something.
stepmom. I spoke with stepmom
Oh,
today,
okay.
and she said my daughter was missing.
Oh,
And
okay.
I'm
But you got a
asking you
stepmom
to
then.
not cut tamper with evidence and see why she told me that. Why do so many people cover for this woman and her abuse?
I got
She's
you.
not a rich woman. So can you see why she called me and told me that she was missing? Because it's emotionally abusive if my love with stepmom schemes to keep me in emotional distress and forces a child to be a part of these schemes. That's
Okay.
emotional abuse.
So now we're saying that the stepmom told you that your daughter was missing and it's causing you emotional distress. Yes? Is that
I
what I
mean,
heard?
if you do you have children?
Ma'am, stay with me. Stay with me.
Yeah,
Now you
stay
know
with
why you
me,
stay with
officer. If you have children, if someone told you that your child was missing, what would that cause for you?
Okay. I'm not.
Here's the thing. The officers that
Okay.
I'm around, unfortunately, don't care about too many people outside of themselves. So I have to remind them how would it feel if your child, someone you actually cared about.
You understand?
So because they don't care about anyone but themselves for profit, it's hard for them to care about my daughter as well as myself. So I
I understand.
remind them if they think about if someone called and said their child was missing, what would that cause for them?
Okay. Well, I'm offering you some satisfaction knowing that she's not missing and that she is at home.
Well, there's
And
still
then,
a problem. There's the bruises that the police department covers for when she got hit April 19 of 2022 that the police department covers for. And we need to figure out, because it's emotionally abusive, why stepmom would call me and tell me she's missing. And it's also abusive to enlist my daughter to lie and do things to sabotage her relationship with me.
uh-huh.
And that's emotionally abusive to be enlist her in these schemes. That's emotional abuse. So
Okay.
I want you to go back, like I told the other officers, for you guys to stop tampering with evidence like they did when they covered for why stepmom was giving her up to CPS. Had they did their job and not covered for it, it would be a pattern of abuse. But multiple parties keep covering for it. So can you go see why she called me at 1:30 telling me my child was missing?
Okay. Well, ma'am, I can give you a different phone number because the address that you gave my partner earlier, he stated that that address is on a different channel. Okay. So I cannot dispatch officers over there like you're asking me to do. But if you make the phone call over there, since she lives on that channel,
Okay,
those
wait a minute.
officers,
Are you from the officer for earlier today that didn't follow through with
ma'am,
the welfare
ma'am, ma'am,
check?
ma'am, you're not listening to me. I'm
I don't.
telling
I'm
you.
trying to figure out who you are. I don't understand when you're saying that you're on a different channel.
Okay, ma'am. I'm the guy that called you back about your ID, and we got on a good report.
Oh,
Right?
okay, okay.
I'm the
So,
guy that told you that I'd call you once they did a health and welfare check. That's who you're speaking to.
okay. So here's the consistent problem. The police department keeps enforcing my child's abuse, which is a crime. Covering up and being enlisted in suspected child abuse is criminal. So I have tried to report where stepmom said that she was going to give her away, which is emotionally abusive, forces her to be a part of schemes, to have me in emotional torment. It makes her take responsibility for her abuse, is with narcissistic behavior, and has went up to the 255th district court, made false statements to sabotage my child custody rights as a parent. Why in the world would the government enforce that? Lie and scheme to keep this going on for years.
Yeah. That's not my department, you know.
I don't know what happens when the police department refuses to do their job.
Well, you're talking about some stuff that's different agencies. You're talking about, attorneys and stuff like that in the government, ma'am.
Attorneys, I'm reporting that someone committed a crime, multiple police officers, and this woman went up to the 255th District Court with the dad and made false statements. I reported that earlier, but I don't understand why the police would cover for such chaos. And I just reported emotional abuse. You're not reporting to CPS. You're covering for it. You have a responsibility, if you hear suspected child abuse, to report it. Why will you guys keep refusing to do that?
I was responding to your health and welfare check.
Right, and I'm also telling you why I wanted the welfare check, and you're instead of following up with their responsibility to report it to CPS, you're covering for it.
My responsibility to call you back, man.
It's your responsibility to report suspected child abuse. And I'm telling you that she had bruises October 24th. You're interrupting me reporting you child abuse. Why would you do that? That's a crime. She had bruises at September 24th, 2011.
Okay.
Then she had there was abuse February 2018.
Yes.
I'm trying to tell you why you need to contact CPS and you're still committing a crime,
No, ma'am.
covering for it.
I don't
I'm reporting to a police officer child abuse. I don't know why you didn't interrupt that. Why in the world would you interrupt me from reporting child abuse? Like multiple other officers.
About 2022, you're telling me about
you won't let me talk to tamper with evidence. I'm building up. I'm showing you a history. But instead of you listening, you're tampering with evidence to cover for it, like multiple other officers. So moving up, someone hit her April 19th, 2022. Police denied investigation again for that. That is covering for suspected child abuse, which is a crime. I don't know if it's a misdemeanor. I was told that it was possibly a felony. Why would multiple police departments and people do that to me and my daughter? Why aren't you referring that over to CPS? Why do you choose to cover for it?
You want me to respond, or you want me to keep listening? Okay. My response to that is, we did a health and welfare check tonight in 2022. 2021, I'm pretty sure you reported that to the police. And so tonight, your daughter is
I want to have evidence that people are committing crimes and playing games and forcing my daughter, causing emotional anguish on my daughter, forcing her to scheme. I want you to go over there and ask her why she called me at 1:30 and said my daughter was missing. That is a very toxic environment if the stepmom is forcing her to be involved in schemes to keep me in distress.
Okay, so the stepmom called you at 1:30.
Stepmom called me at 1:30 p.m. and told me my daughter was missing. And a lot of other weird things that happen. Why would stepmom concoct schemes to keep me in emotional distress and enlist my daughter to be a part of those schemes too?
Okay.
That's emotionally abusive.
So your issue is with the stepmom, yes?
I'm reporting emotional abuse, and I don't know why the police department keeps covering for abuse, child abuse.
So your issue is with the stepmom?
The abuse?
Yeah. Is that what we're talking about now? The issue is with the stepmom?
I want for the police to not continue to tamper with evidence. I would like you guys to go over there and not cover for crimes and see why she called me at 1:30 and told me she was missing.
Okay, so the issue is with the stepmom calling you at 1:30.
Telling me she was missing and then playing games and not following up and giving me any information on her being found or what was going on. If they are scheming for emotional distress, that needs to be notated.
Let me. Can I ask you a fair question? So you are mobile. You have a car. Did you go over to?
Why do the police keep on deflecting and denying law enforcement?
I'm trying to.
What I want you to do is I'm trying to purposely establish a track record and that you guys are committing crimes for cover up.
It's not going to be a one-sided conversation, ma'am. If you want me to complete this investigation, I'm going to have to ask you questions.
What in the world? Why are you denying law enforcement? She's not talking to me. She's committing crimes, and you guys keep covering for it. It's not going to do any good. I can't even give my daughter gifts or see her out of crimes. What in the world is it going to do for me to come over there for a person you guys have enlisted to commit crimes with you? What is it going to do for me to come over there and not be able to see her? They won't answer the door.
Your daughter is safe and sound.
I don't want you to keep tampering for evidence. Find out why she called me at 1:30 and told me she was missing.
We spoke to your ex-husband.
That I think it's sick. They scheme together with all this chaos. People need to be in prison. They don't need to keep on continuing to do this for years.
Okay.
So you're denying law enforcement. You want me to you're covering for it, and you don't want to have evidence of emotional distress.
What is the stepmother's name?
You just said you went over there, right?
What is the stepmother's name that you have an issue with?
Denise, I want you to figure out what happened and not just go over there to check and see if it's okay.
No, that's not what you said. You said you go over there and check on your daughter. Now you're changing it, Ms. Clark. We went over there and checked on your daughter to make sure she was okay.
You're doing a failed investigation, a sabotage investigation. We need to figure out why she told me she was missing at 1:30.
Okay, take care, man.
It's sick. It's sick. It's sick.